Pisces, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm your host Tina. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing your weekly tarot. This one is for February 22nd to the 28th. As always, we do pull two layers. We're going to get into the first one now. Happy birthday, by the way, to all my Pisces. It is your season. The sun is shining on you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. All right, Pisces, let's see what's happening for you. It's my birthday this week, actually. Thursday is my birthday. So happy birthday to us. All right, this is for my Pisces. We're going to stop here. All right, let's see what's happening for you this week. Nine of Cups is at the bottom. It's a card of happiness, something turning out the way you'd hope. A wish in your heart. All right, wow. There's an element of like keeping it moving, but the situation is the Seven of Wands, right? So I feel like there's a need to take a stand here, or like you're defending yourself against other people's opinions, or they don't like where you're standing, the ground that you're standing on, the position you're taking. It's kind of all of those things. But every time I see the Seven of Wands, right, it's this one person and then there's these like six wands beneath them. So there's an element of like not feeling like you're on the same team, especially since the overall energy is the Hierophant. This is a card of like belonging, right? Loyalty almost. It brings out the loyalty in us. It brings out the devotion in us. You know, it's a card of marriage, but it's really a card of belonging. You know, belonging to different systems, cultures, societies, anything like that. But the Hierophant is basically trying to teach us how we use our intuition and how do we know what is our voice versus the voices of others, versus even the voice of our ego here, right? So I just feel like you're finding your voice here and maybe other people aren't liking it, right? They don't like where you stand or they don't like your opinion. It can be like that, right? But this is really just about having the courage to take a stand as well. In the recent past, we have the Page of Wands. So there's an open energy from you in the recent past, a permission to explore here, Pisces. That's the Page of Wands. And maybe you're looking at a direction here that like, it's stronger will that's coming through. What I was going to say is maybe you're looking at a direction here that you couldn't see a lot of potential before, but now you're starting to see some potential, or like areas where you can grow. It's kind of like that. In the challenge position, we have the Empress. The Empress is a nurturing energy. And so maybe we need to bring some of that like Empress luxury type of energy into our lives, right? Like look at her, she sits on these like beautiful red pillows. She's like pregnant maybe with an idea, maybe trying to let ideas come through, but she's ruled by Venus. And so it's about like abundance, fertility, love, nurturing, and maybe you have to give some of that to yourself, right? Maybe you've given a lot of it to others, maybe you're giving it to yourself, but the Empress ultimately teaches us that good things take time to grow. They take a lot of attention, a lot of care, a lot of nurturing. And so maybe you just need a little patience, right? We got the Empress and the Emperor here. So, and your energy that you're stepping into is the Emperor. So maybe you just need to balance that like active energy of the Emperor with that like more creative, fertile energy of the Empress, right? We're going to go in and clarify. Where's your mind at and what you're focused on? We have the Ace of Wands. Boom, hitting reboot, a personal reboot for yourself. And it's not that you're just like ready to hit restart or refresh. So it's not like you just have like, oh, I really want things to change. You have the willpower to do it, right? Like, so there's something here that you're really like, it's got you inspired. It's like a seed that's in your mind. And then that being said, your approach is the Emperor. This is like, whatever challenge you're dealing with, if you're dealing with a challenge, as the Emperor energy, you're facing it head on. This is the card of Aries. It's the card of Mars. So this is about like, you know, you might have to build something and there could be naysayers, right? People who don't agree. And you have to be ready to kind of fight for what you believe in. And I just feel that energy strongly for you. And the Emperor is about like getting serious. As a man on a mission. Man, woman, doesn't matter. It's a man on a mission here, right? It's getting ready to build something, making sure something's secure, it's safe, stable, it's This is a disciplined energy. And it's about thinking things through as well, right? Like getting the plans in order and being very like rational and reasonable. Very great energy. You're like stepping into your power in a way, right? Stepping into a position of leadership within your life, right? This is you not letting life happen to you, but you happening to life. In your environment, Six of Swords. Yeah, it's a state of transition, right? But you're moving on now. You're getting away from this choppy water, these choppy emotions, whatever that was kind of turbulent, and you're trying to move on to calmer waters. Basically, you're keeping it moving, right? That's what you're doing. Keeping it moving here. And it's saying to yourself, like, it's not like you're doing it with such excitement, but it's also like just having the mental strength and capacity at this point. Like I said, you're being led by reason right now to say, you know what, this is not serving my highest good, and it's time to move. It's time to keep it moving. Coming towards you, you get that spark from the Ace. You get an idea, something in your mind here, whether it's just a personal reboot, whether there's something here that you really want to manifest. And you get to that too, like literal progress here. Two of Wands coming towards you is making plans. Thinking about what are the resources I need to gather? How do I make these moves happen? And it's also about like these plans in a lot of ways is related to stepping out of your comfort zone. So you're really starting to like look at the world. I say look at the world, and what's at the bottom? The world. Just because he's holding the world. All right, let's clarify. Looking at the world and saying, I can go here, I can do that. There's a lot of self-empowerment that's coming through, and it might have to take courage for you. It may not be easy for you with that Seven of Wands, but nonetheless, you're stepping up and you're doing it. All right, let's clarify all of these energies. But yeah, it's also like, again, with the situation, just feeling like you guys are not on the same team, and learning what is your voice. Who are you? All right, no. Four of Wands and the Emperor. Yeah, you're ready to build something strong and sturdy, a serious foundation that cannot be shaken. All right, Pisces, we're going to stop here. Five of Wands is at the bottom. Passions are running high. Passions are running high. We got the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, Two of Wands, Five of Wands at the bottom here. Yeah. Keeping it moving now. Keeping it moving. Keeping it moving. Yeah, you're definitely keeping it moving. It's like you're kind of done with the situation here. Yeah, you're feeling at a crossroads here. The Six of Swords came out twice. All right, let's start with your recent past. We got the Hanged Man and the Page of Wands. You were like in this state of pause, no movement, a state of surrender, starting to look at different aspects of your life, just seeing it from different points of view now. But it's like it's also a period where you've grown, right? And it could have changed you a little bit, like having that reflective time in your life, a reflective period here, where you really spent time kind of just surrendering to the flow of the universe, letting things come through as they come, and starting to see the same situations with different eyes, basically. Let's talk about your overall energy, actually. Clarifying the Hierophant, we got the Two of Swords. The Eight of Cups is here, you guys. The Six of Swords is here. The Eight of Swords is here. This is you being at a crossroads in some kind of belonging, right? Like some kind of situation here that usually that you spend a lot of time that resonated with you. Like I said, you know, the Hierophant is like being part of systems, right? Whether it's like being part of a church and a religion, whether it's being part of a culture, part of a school, part of a corporation that you worked at, part of a society. You know, it's places that you belong and that you feel like home. But it's also where we start learning, who am I in this group? What is the individual that I am compared to this group, right? Because when we belong to things, it's a really great feeling, but it's also like, it tries to like put definition to you when it's our job to kind of identify ourselves and to know who we are. What's our voice amongst all the voices, right? You're just feeling stuck when it comes to this commitment, when it comes to this place that you've belonged to, that felt like home for a lot of you. And there's that crossroads energy, right? feeling like you're at a crossroads, and you are at a crossroads with it. Clarifying that Seven of Wands for the situation. The current situation is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, like I look through the middle here, Six of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, Eight of Cups. You're keeping it moving. I think you're tired in a lot of ways of like having to defend where you stand. I think you're tired of that kind of energy, and you're in just that place of like, you know, it's not serving your highest good anymore. Maybe you don't need to prove anything, but it's having the courage even within yourself to move on, right? It's time to move on. You can't sit in that energy forever, and you know it. In the challenge position, we have the Empress, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you could really be thinking about like a project, or like just really your self-sufficiency, right? Being able to take care of yourself, but not like survival mode. You want to thrive, right? That's the Nine of Pentacles. It's not about like the Six of Pentacles where it's just kind of even in balance. It's about having more than enough. And these are both cards that speak of like luxury and abundance. And so it's kind of in the challenge position, and you're just kind of trying to figure out how to create it. Where do you go? Where are you going to put your energy? What are you going to nurture here, right? Where are you going to pour your beautiful energy? Because you know that where energy and attention go, things grow. And so you're really just thinking about your self-sufficiency, about having maybe more luxury in your life. You know, the fruits of your labor paying off, right? Kind of like that. Where's your mind at and what you're focused on? Clarifying the Ace of Wands is the Page of Cups. There's an open energy to you. There's an absolute open energy. And when it comes to a personal reboot, you might even want to bring in, you know, that playful energy. The Page of Cups is a loving, trusting, youthful, playful energy. And I feel like you just want to bring that back into your life, right? But it's a card about having an open heart, not being jaded by past experiences, really just showing up to life and like living each day like a brand new day, kind of like that. Your approach, you're serious. Pisces, you are serious. Let me tell you, whatever you're thinking about conquering, building, creating, whether it's boundaries, whether it's a strong foundation, right? You're serious, you're committed, and you are dedicated with that Eight of Pentacles. You have a very hardworking energy when it comes to it. Again, whatever challenge you're facing it head on. You're taking the role of leadership in your life. And with that Eight of Pentacles, you could be mastering something, right? Like maybe you're going back in to study something a little bit deeper. Doesn't matter. The details matter to you at this point. So you're fine-tuning everything. And with that Eight of Pentacles, you're in this place of you're willing to make short-term sacrifices for long-term goals. Meaning, no, maybe you can't hang out this week. That's the short-term sacrifice because you got something here that you're ready to show up for, build, create, launch, you know, anything like that. In the environment, you're moving away from something. It's just that simple. We have the Six of Swords, clarifying that as the Eight of Cups. And again, the overall energy is the Two of Swords. I see you definitely walking away from a situation, keeping it moving here. Hasn't been easy. You've been fighting. You've been resisting with the Eight of Cups. But you got to do what you got to do, right? Coming towards you, though, just like asking yourself, where do I nurture? Where am I going to put my energy? You got that Two of Wands, but clarifying it as the Eight of Swords. Analysis paralysis, overthinking maybe which direction to take. Maybe overthinking stepping out of your comfort zone. You know, it's just, you know, that's what the Eight of Swords is. It's overthinking things, right? Maybe you feel trapped by your circumstances, but the reason we feel that way is because we might be overthinking it. So there's a card that asks you to like stop thinking about it, relax, take a break. It will come to you. The solution will come to you. The answer will come to you. And maybe just trust your intuition, right? Kind of like that. But I definitely see you keeping it moving here and dealing with whatever you're facing right now head on as the Emperor, ready to build something strong and sturdy here. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there for you. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If anything did resonate, like and subscribe. Thank you. Happy birthday. I'll see you all next week.